the things that I just love about coming to work every day is that we get to work with people who are ambitious and smart and driven. I just love the energy because we work with entrepreneurs. Now, with all of that energy, there is still something of a downside, and you've probably experienced this. If you're doing it on your own for year after year after year, you actually start to think that you can do it all, right? That you don't need the support of as many people around you. I do think that there is a problem with that assumption. I hate to be the one to tell you, but you're not superhuman. There are times when we need support, when we need motivation. One of the things that I've noticed is that the successful people that we work with, they tend to have built some sort of informal or formal network around them. But even when it's informal, there's some structure to it. And one of the most important reasons they do that is something called the Michelangelo Phenomenon. It's a really cool concept. It was actually created initially to represent things that were seen with romantic couples. It was people that researchers would call interdependent. But there is application in business as well. What it says is that interdependent people influence or sculpt one another. They can do that in good ways, and they can do it in bad ways. Here's how it might sound in action. Let's say you're at a course this week. You walk out just thinking, I'm going to take on the world. I've got big plans for my business. It's going to be really hard, but I'm really excited about this. And you get home, your spouse is there, and you're like, babe, this is going to be awesome. I've got these huge ideas. I'm just bursting to tell you. Now, in that moment, it's a really important moment because it can go down one of two paths. One path, your spouse is just, that's awesome. It's so exciting. Tell me more. The other path, and this is not an indictment, it's just human nature. He or she says, well, that's all great for you, but how are we going to manage the kids? And who's going to do the pickups? And who's going to do the drop-offs? And what does that mean for the family? And on and on and on. They may all be valid concerns, but here's the point with the Michelangelo phenomenon. It suggests that the first person you tell, if that response is positive or negative, it will actually influence whether you get started or whether you succeed. When it comes to finding that kick that we all need and that motivation, sometimes our friends and family are the right people, and sometimes they're just not. But we all need some support. So what I would suggest is that we, just like the successful folks we work with, build that personal network, but be very intentional about who's involved. It could be friends and family, it could be a colleague, it could be the guy that sits on the train next to you on the way to work every day, but maybe those are the wrong people. If they are, then we need to think about a study group or a mastermind group, or finding that one person at work who really does support you and create some structure around that. Maybe it's just a once a month lunch where you know you will support, you will challenge, you will motivate, you'll give the kick, you'll tell them if they're going down completely the wrong path. It doesn't have to be fancy, but the key with the Michelangelo phenomenon is to be very careful that we don't assume that the person who is closest to us is the right person to help us reach our goals. It's just a caution. We need support, we need help, we need to be careful where we look for it. Thanks for stopping by, and I will be back soon with some more ideas to help you succeed.